Okay, so this is just something for you guys I'll throw out. If you're a leader, what do you want in a leader when you're at work? Or if you're in a personal or professional, what do you look for in a leader? Think about it for a minute.
Honesty.
Honesty. What else?
Communication.
Communication. I think that's huge. Communication is huge.
Support.
Support.
Vision.
Vision.
Open
You
door
taking this?
policy.
You taking this?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Because I'm not writing it down. Okay. So communication, honesty, what was the other one? Vision? Support. Okay. So we have to ask ourselves, are we showing up in those same ways as leaders? Personal and professional. I believe my first leader I've ever seen was my mom. In the home, she multitasked. She raised 8 kids, plus she worked. She did not get her GED until we were in college. So I think leaders can be leaders not only in professional setting, but in personal setting. And they show up regardless. So think about that. So emotional intelligence, this is key. Self-awareness is key. Understand strengths and blind spots. Balance intuition with data. Use AI as an assistant, not a decision maker. So we have someone that uses it, that they generate all this information and send it out. And I'm looking like, oh boy, you can tell they didn't review this. And it becomes the gospel. And you have to look at it because it's just only as good as the information that's in the system. So I think that's huge for being confident. Just because you get it out of the AI system doesn't mean it's right, y'all. So being confident, and that's where emotional intelligence come into, to understand that you still got to look at it, you still got to do the research, you still got to make sure it's accurate. Okay. Mental health matters. So I don't think I brought what I need for this one. Each person, you choose a card or sticky note color that represents how you feel. So what I'll do is just tell you the different colors. Green is in a good way. Caution is in a yellow. And red is mean you have some things that you need to work through, either personal or professional. And then if you want to share those, you can. So think about it for a moment. You can write it down. These will be furnished by RBSCU. You can have these and then the piece. So green, as far as your emotional awareness at this point, and it changes, y'all. One day it might be on one half day. Yesterday for me was a yellow because I was running back and forth. But this morning's a green. But yesterday was yellow. A couple of days it was in between. So you have to, I think, is actualize where you are in as far as green, yellow, and red, and be able to talk about it with someone. And I think that's one of the things that. How many of you guys have someone that you feel comfortable venting to? Yeah, that's important as far as mental health and venting to somebody that you trust, especially at work. I'm serious because I see, and that's emotional intelligence. We see people talking to everyone that will listen. That's not the best thing to do. So you pick someone that you trust and know when you're talking to them, you always don't want a solution, but you're just venting. You don't want whatever you're saying to them to come back from 3 or 4 different people. So that's emotional intelligence too. Just being able to, if somebody talking to me about other folks, do you think I'm going to go vent to them? No. So yeah, that's not a thing. So the true story happened to me. Work at Dallas County. This guy, whoever know me know who it is, was kept messing with me. So I wrote my boss is at the Times Commissioners Court. I sent an email to them, just explaining to me everything. So one of the bosses said to me, hey, you might have wanted to go talk to somebody first before you just sent the email. But for me, I felt like I've come to talk to you guys. I've explained what my situation was. And then he did say to me, you need to have someone you can vent to first before you come and send it to me. You just have to figure out what that looks like for y'all. Never allow somebody else make you feel bad if you made a decision, because that's the decision you made. the results came about the way I needed it to, because guess what? It stopped. But I think no one wants to be put on blast that this is happening to me. You guys are not doing anything about it. And it was men that said it to me. And the women were like, okay, explain to me what's going on. That's what happens in a male dominated workforce. But the men were like, no, you probably don't want to put that in writing because they can come back. But I had to be comfortable with saying, this is where I'm feeling. This is why I'm feeling this way. And first thing it's like, are you trying to sue us? It's like, no, it's just expressing this is what I am going through and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I think that's really important that you have someone to vent to. You might not say vent, but it might be considered that, or release. Have someone that you're releasing whatever's going on with you. And I think it's important that you do share with people if something's going on with you. Okay. Oh, did y'all want to share the green or?
Yes.
Okay, start with you. Ramon. Green. No, who wants to? Green, yellow, or red?
I'm sorry.
So, where are you? Do you have some situation where you in the green is in good in the workplace or personal or professional? Yellow is more cautionary. Hey, come on in. Go ahead. Let's Sheila, everybody. Now they were saying you invited them, so I wasn't. So yellow is you're going through something, trying to figure it out per se. And then red is at a point where you need to figure out something as an alternative to do.
Somebody just went out.
So think about it. I'll give you a few minutes to write it down if you want to jot down. Green, and you might have a multiple situations where you want to share and how you handle them as far as your mental health matters. I did tell one of my bosses, because they were calling me out publicly, I will not allow you to put me in a position where my mental health is going to be questioned. So I'm not going to respond to you when you talk to me that way anymore. And so you put them on just notice at that point. And guess what? It hasn't happened. But yeah, Oka said not, not anymore. So sometimes you just have to stand up for yourself. I didn't do it in front of everybody. He came to my office to apologize for what happened. This is the third time it happened publicly. And I said, my mental health is in question when I allow you to pull me into whatever you got going on publicly. I will not respond to you anymore when you're doing that. So honest, direct. I didn't go around telling everybody else. I just told him. So, you guys ready to share?
Sure. I'll start. So, by trade, I am a school teacher. So y'all know that mental health is messing up all day, every day. High school students.
Oh,
wow. What I find myself doing most days is encouraging before you can get to the teaching. Parents haven't been parenting. And so students come in to my classroom or in the building for the most part, starting with their parents, starting with their just the things that they say, the negative things. And I cannot do negative. I have put up a poster of energy, the colors. And I point to it. Look, where are we today? So I'm reprogramming their mindsets and how they move and how they talk to their peers and how they talk to themselves. And I do that all day, every day. I have to get up early in the morning to make sure I'm good with me so that I can do that. And I know that that's a challenge. And I have students that are not even in my classes that come in there and everybody needs that attention or to be held accountable for being them because they're not being championed in that way. So that is I'm not going to say that's a going through something. I'm going to say it's a good because I know that's why I'm there. Not so even that's a green. That's a green. That's a green, and it's even. I'm real green when I get to go play pickleball. That is my happy now, and that is an outlet. And people's like, "What is that? Why do you do?" don't mess with me. That's my happy. So find a happy.
Mhm.
And no one can stop you, or you will schedule everything around that, because that's the thing that keeps you moving. That's the thing that keeps you going. And I've developed a community around that of pickleball, like 20, 30 some people, but that's our happy.
So did you have another? Or that's just the green?
My yellow is my husband is recovering from several surgeries. And so keeping him where he needs to be in the recovery part and his mental state, and keeping him up and checking on him, still wants to do, but then that scares me, because if you hurt yourself even more, or have a relapse, of which we've had, it causes me to have to, or the family to have to maneuver to fit that situation at that time. So that is an everyday working through something.
Yellow.
Yes, that's a yellow.
And it helps as far as the mental health, as far as your mental health, it can impact it.
Oh,